Hi, so buddies, you're welcome back again to this space. And if this is your first time here, you're highly welcome. My name is Whitney IY, and I do more sewing tutorial, and I also have a YouTube channel for lifestyle videos and other things. So in this video, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful pleated skirt. So if you want to learn how to make a pleated skirt or pleated skirt, then do well and keep watching. So here are the items I'm making use of. I'll be making use of this fabric right here, and for pleated skirts you can make use of 2 yards to 2.5 yards depending on the size that you are working with. So between 2 yards or 2.5 yards of fabric is okay for pleated skirts. Also, I'll be making use of the bias. I'll be making use of the bias for turning the hem of the skirt. I'll also be making you can make use of bias, or you can make use of hemming gum for turning the hem of the skirt. It depends on what you want actually. I'll also be making use of the zip. You can make use of this long zip or the shorted zip, and I'll also be making use of pins. Yes, I'm making use of pins as well for making this pleated skirt, and also your iron and hairstay and your sewing machine. So yeah, I have cut out the fabric for the skirt, and the first thing I did is to determine the length I want for this skirt. And for this skirt, I want it to be 16 inches long, so I cut out exactly 16 inches for the length of this fabric. Next, to determine how wide your fabric will be for a pleated skirt, you have to multiply your round waist measurement by 3 and add about 10 or 12 inches. Now, I'm going to use the round waist measurement that I'm working with as an example. So the round waist measurement I am making use of is 25 inches. So 25 times 3 will give me 75 inches. So I added extra 11 inches. So 75 plus 11 gives me 86 inches. Meaning the width of this fabric that I cut out is 86 inches. So I'll go ahead and measure it out so you get to see how wide this fabric is. And take note that the normal tape stops at 60 inches, right? So I'll go ahead and measure. So here, 60 inches. I'll just place my finger here and I'll measure here. So here I have 26 inches. So 60 plus 26 inches gives me 86 inches. So you can see that this fabric is 86 inches wide. So make sure you go ahead and multiply your round waist measurement by 3 and add about 11 or 12 inches. So next, I've gone ahead to also cut out the waistband. And when cutting out the waistband, I added 5 inches to the round waist measurement to cut out the width of the waistband. So remember, the round waist measurement I'm working with is 25 plus 5 gives me 30 inches. So that's why I have 30 inches for this wideness of the waistband. And the length of the waistband is 4 inches long. So when I get to fold it into 2 like this, I'll get to have 2 inches on both sides, and I'll be using ½ inch for the sewing allowance, so meaning my waistband will now be 1.5 inches wide. I hope you understand. So right now I'll bring in the bias, and I will go ahead and use the bias to turn the hem. Now there are several methods to turn your hem. You can double fold like this and run a straight stitch through it, or you can bring in your hemming gum, place it, and iron. I've taught this hemming gum method several times on this YouTube channel, so you can actually make use of any method you desire. So for me, I'm making use of the bias to turn the hem. So I'll place the bias on the right side of the fabric. You have to choose the right side of the fabric if both sides are looking the same. So I'll place it on the right side of the fabric, run my stitch, then flip it to the wrong side of the fabric like this, and then run a straight stitch on the other edge of the bias. So I'll go ahead and do that, and this is what I have. I have turned the hem with the bias. Right now it's time to start the pleating process, and to do that I need to mark out the lines that will serve as guides for pleating the skirt. So the first thing to do is to go in from one edge of the fabric by 2 inches. So I went in by 2 inches first. After marking out the 2 inches, I'll now start marking out 1 inch. So please watch. So 1 inch. So the first thing is to first of all mark out 2 inches. That is going by 2 inches, and then you start marking out 1 inch. So that's what I'll keep doing till I get to the other end of the fabric. And take note that I'm doing these markings on the waistline, so I'll keep doing this. And once I get to the end like this, the next step is to go ahead and also repeat the same thing at the hem as well. Exactly what you did on this waistline, you repeat it at the hem. Now, because the fabric that I'm making use of has the straight line patterns, then there is no need for me to repeat the same thing at the hem. Rather, I'm just going to follow the straight line patterns as my guide in pleating the hem of the skirt as well. But if it was a plain fabric, or probably the fabric does not have straight patterns like this, then I would definitely have to also repeat the markings at the hem, so that will be a guide for pleating the hem of the skirt. So to start the pleating, I'll go ahead and pinch this 2 inches mark at the waistline and also pinch it at the hem as well. And I will jump the first 1 inch like this and place it on the next 1 inch like so. So let's repeat this. I'll pinch the 2 inches at the waistline and at the hem, and I will jump this first 1 inch like this and place it on the next 1 inch. So this way I've gotten my first pleating, which is the first folding, and I'll use my pin to hold it down at the waist, and I'll also hold it down at the hem like this. Are you seeing this? So I have the first pleating. So to get the next, I'll go ahead and pinch the next 1 inch mark like this. I'll pinch it both at the waist, and I'll also pinch it at the hem. And then I'll also, jump the first 1 inch and move on to the next 1 inch like this. And I'll go ahead and bring in my pin to hold it down at the hem, and also, pin the waistline as well to hold it down at the waistline like this. So after doing this, I'll move on to the next 1 inch mark as well, and I'll pinch it at the waistline and also pinch the same thing at the hem, and I will jump the next 1 inch and place it on the next 1 inch mark. Then I'll go ahead and also use my pin to hold it down at the hem and also hold the pleat at the waistline. And I will keep repeating this process till I get to the other end of this fabric. So I'll go ahead and pinch the next 1 inch mark both at the waistline and also at the hem. So that is why I said if you are making use of a plain fabric, you have to do the markings at the hem as well, so that you know exactly where to pinch at the hem. So I'll go ahead and fold in the first 1 inch and place it on the next 1 inch like this, and I'll also pin. Next, I'll also move on to the next 1 inch mark, pinch it both at the waistline and at the hem, fold in the next 1 inch and place it on the next 1 inch like this, and I'll bring in my pin to secure the folding or the pleats. Once I've done a few of this, I'll go ahead and bring in my iron to iron this. To iron, if you're not making use of a steam iron and you want to make use of a dry iron like me, then you'll be needing a wet piece of fabric, and make sure that the fabric is a plain fabric. Maybe you just cut out a piece of doffy's material and use it for this. So I've wet my fabric and I'll place it over the foldings like this, and I'll go ahead and iron like so. The hotness of your iron depends on the type of fabric you're working with, but just make sure that your iron is hot and you're making use of a wet fabric like I am doing. Now, you can either decide to iron in bulk foldings like this, or you can iron after every single folding. So I'm just going to show you. So I'll go ahead and pinch the next 1 inch mark both at the hem and at the waistline, and I'll fold in the next 1 inch and place it on the next 1 inch mark like this, and I'll bring in my pin and hold it at the hem and pin the fold down at the waistline as well. So after doing just the single folding, I will bring in the wet fabric like this and place it over the single fold like this, and I'll go ahead and iron the single fold down. So this fabric I am working with is a very easy fabric, easy to iron fabric. So I'll be doing the bulk folding. So I'll go ahead and continue my foldings like this, and I'll make sure to always pin down each folding so that the pleats are secured before ironing. And once I've pleated to an extent, I'll bring in my wet fabric, place it on the foldings and iron like this. And after ironing, I will continue with my folding. So I'm going to keep doing this folding till I get to the other end of the fabric, and also till I have my round waist measurement plus 2 inches or 3 inches sewing allowance. And this folding and ironing process is going to take time, so I'll go ahead and do the remaining part of this pleating of the camera. And make sure that after pleating at the waistline here, you should have your round waist measurement plus 3 inches allowance or 2 inches sewing allowance. You know you need your zipper allowance. Yes, so I'll go ahead and do all of this off the camera and show you. So this is it. I am done with my pleating and ironing. As you can see, I have done it to this other end of the fabric. And on the waistline here, remember my round waist measurement that I'm working with is 25, and I added 3 inches for the zipper allowance, 1.5 inch on both sides. So 25 plus 3 inches gives me 28 inches. So on the waistline here, I'll be having 28 inches. After doing this, the next step is to secure each pleat by sewing a straight stitch on the edge of each pleat, and I'll stop at 3 inches. You get, so on each pleat I'm going to be stitching down the edge and stop at 3 inches mark. So you can go ahead and mark out 3 inches from the waistline and stitch down the edges of each pleat. So I'm just going to use a skirt that I've already made to show you. So you can see the edges of each pleat that I stitched them down, and I stopped 3 inches from the waistline. So I'll go ahead and do that on each pleat of this fabric as well, and stop at 3 inches from the waistline. And after doing that, I'll bring in the waist band that I've ironed and stayed to, and I'll go ahead and sew the waistband to the waistline using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. If you don't know how to sew in a waistband, I have done a tutorial before on how to sew in a waistband, and that video will be pinned on the comment section. In sewing in the waistband, I'll be sewing the side of the waistband on the wrong side of the fabric on the waistline using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. After doing that, I'll go ahead and bring it to the right side like this and fold in 1/2 inch allowance and sew on the edge, and I'll do this till I get to the other end of the fabric. So I'll go ahead and do this and bring it back. So this is what I have. I have sewn in the waistband, as you can see, and this is the wrong side of the skirt. So right now it is time to sew in the zip and close up the skirt. So I'll go ahead and flip the side of the skirt over like this, because the stitching will be done on the wrong side. And I'll go ahead and bring in my zip, and I will sew in my zip, and the zip will stop at 8 inches from the waistline. Then from that 8 inches, I will close up the skirt. I'll stitch down the side of the skirt in a slanted way to give the skirt a flare shape. So this is it. I have sewn in the zip, and you can see the stitch. I run the stitch in a slanted way to give it this skirt a flare shape, and you can see I stopped the zip at 8 inches from the waistline, and from that 8 inches I closed up the side of the skirt. So this is the skirt on me, and you can see how beautiful it is looking. So if you enjoyed this video, and if this video was helpful to you, please do well to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit on that subscribe button. And don't hesitate to share the video as well to help others who would want to know how to go about making a pleated skirt. See you on my next video. Love you. Bye.